back in style. There's sunshine everywhere, and I'm learning how to smile. The only time it rains is to cool things for a while. But since I met you, I can't forget you. Rainbows are back in style.
What's up, everybody? Captain Leroy here, and welcome to Rainbow Six Siege Armory. Today we're going to be talking about the British SAS team, which consists of Sledge, Mute, Thatcher, and Smoke. Now, I was going to do each operator individually per video, but I decided instead to just group them together, all four operators per team. So instead of watching 4 videos, you only have to watch 1. So let's get started.
Stop. Have a time.
Now, for Sledge's loadout, you're looking at the M590A1 shotgun, which is pretty good for close range. You know, you only have 7 shots, and it's a pump action, so it's not going to be as quick as his assault rifle, which is the L8-5A2, which I prefer over the shotgun because you only have the 2 choices for now until they add in more. You get a higher fire rate, of course, and higher capacity of ammo. But for the sidearms, you're looking at the SMG-11 machine pistol, which has a super fast fire rate, and you can go with fire rate over damage because the P226 MK25 pistol has way more damage because, you know, it's semi-automatic, the mobility is better, but, you know, you don't get that fast fire rate. And for gadgets, you're looking at frag grenades and breaching charge for Sledge. So I don't really use the breaching charge because of his special ability, which is his sledgehammer. When I first started playing, I got confused on why I would even use Sledge, because I could just use a breach charge and get the same effect. True as that may be, using a breach charge is very detectable. People are going to know where you're coming from, what level you're on, which direction. With a sledgehammer, it's quiet. I mean, in real life, if you hit something with a sledgehammer, it's not going to be that quiet. But it's not very detectable in the game. So that's what makes it super useful if you're trying to be stealthy, going in quiet. Use the Sledge. As you can see here, we're not really going in quiet, but it works just the same. Either way, it's basically a breach charge that you can use over and over again. I mean, there is a limit, but that's a stamina bar, and more than likely, you're not going to use the whole thing unless you're swinging away at people and beating their heads in, which you can do also. You can use it as a weapon, and you can use it just to get through walls.
Hello.
Moving on to Thatcher's loadout, the AR-33 assault rifle is going to have 45 damage, which is going to be slightly less than the L85. The fire rate's going to be higher, and it will have 5 less shots in it, as opposed to the L85, which has 48 damage, a fire rate of 670, and a capacity of 30. So, you know, it's really up to you and what you want to choose. Also, there are attachments for these. I'm not showing them, just the bare guns. As far as sidearms go, you're looking at the P226 MK25 pistol, same as Sledge, but you were not going to get that side machine gun pistol awesome thing that Sledge has. And as far as gadgets go, you're looking at a breaching charge and a flash grenade. One of the things I like about Rainbow Six Siege is no matter what operator you're using, you can use their abilities productively in whatever situation. So, for instance, Thatcher has an EMP grenade, which can destroy all kinds of electronics. It can even bring down some scopes. Some scopes use laser sights or certain reticles, and it can go down. They'll be unable to be used. Same thing with any kind of gadgets, such as nitro cells, signal blockers, rigged doorways, anything like that can be destroyed with the EMP. So, but the EMP can be blocked by Jaeger's grenade blocker thingy. I can't remember what it's called, but we'll get to that in another video. But other than that, it's pretty useful. Alongside with his flashbang, you can just throw a double grenade in there and move in to secure the area or get the hostage, whatever you need. Mute is going to be using the MP5K submachine gun. It's got 40 damage, fire rate of 800, so pretty fast fire rate. The mobility is really good because it's all compact submachine gun, you know, with a capacity of 30 rounds, and the recoil pattern is pretty stable. I especially like using it with the red dot sight. It's probably the most effective, for me at least, with the red dot sight. Mute is also going to use the M590A1 shotgun. which has more damage, of course, because it's a shotgun. But as you can see, fire rate, it's a pump action. Mobility is not going to be as good either. Moving on to the sidearms, you only get the option of the P22-6 MK25 pistol, and I put a silencer on it because, well, actually using silencers on defense is just as effective as it would be on offense. As far as gadgets go, because you're on defense, you have a nitro cell C4 explosive and a deployable shield. Mute has one of the most important jobs on defense, which is to set down these signal blockers, which is going to block pretty much anything electronic from being used. It's going to render it useless. So as you can see, the little drones that drive around and try to find the objective can be rendered completely useless. They won't be able to see. They don't know where the objective is, the location of where they need to be. Also, you can use it to say someone's trying to breach a wall. You put it on the other side of the wall, the breach is just not going to work. So if you work with your team, you can have it to where it's really difficult to get in where the objective is, and that way you can secure a win for the defense side.
5 seconds to insertion.
Gonna drink a little drink, smoke a little smoke, yeah.
We've come to the last operator of the SAS force, Smoke. Smoke is going to have the M590A1 shotgun, as per usual, of the SAS squad. It's pretty popular among them. However, his other primary weapon, the FMG9 submachine gun, has got a really fast fire rate. It's not as, not as damaging. However, the fire rate is insane, and it's got a capacity of 30, so fast fire rate, pretty big mag. You also got the standard MK25 pistol, same as the rest of them. And also, he's got the SMG-11. The only other person who has that is Sledge, and that is on the attacking side. Both Smoke and Mute are on the defense. So pretty good loadout for Smoke in that circumstance. He has also equipped with a nitro cell, and he has barbed wire or razor wire, which makes it difficult for enemies to move. You can put traps in it and stuff, so it kind of slows them down. Really useful to use, especially in stuff like tight corridors or doorways, things like that. There are a few operators that I think are essential to the team whenever you're using, for instance, Castle. I feel like you're always going to need Castle. Mute is pretty essential. Smoke, I wouldn't say is that essential. However, as you can see, if you're cornered and there's very few of you and there's a lot of them, you can just throw a smoke grenade in a narrow passageway. Maybe it's the only entrance, and it'll block that off for just a couple of minutes. But you got to be careful because that's going to be friendly fire can happen with the smoke. So one thing to keep in mind. Also, don't get shot in the face. Okay, guys, that's all for the SAS team on Rainbow Six Siege. Hope you learned a lot. There's 3 other squads that I'm going to be covering. Hopefully, I can knock those out pretty soon because in just a few days, I believe, there's going to be 2 new operators coming out, and I'm going to try to do coverage on them. But we'll see. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Captain Leroy, and I'll see you in the next video.